always show you really good, fun, interesting surgeries that we do. This one is more going to fall in the bad and ugly. So this was a very dear friend, patient of mine. I've treated her for multiple years now, and unfortunately she was very non-compliant with the first surgery, which ended up going awry. We did an implant. 10 days after surgery, she was pain-free, pushed it too quickly, and her incision dehisced. We had to remove the implant, we had to take bone cultures, she had an infection, she was on IV antibiotics. So this turned in from a 2-week case to about a 6 to 9 month case. So the following video is going to be her progression from hopefully start to finish of getting her toe back out to length. I'm going to put some pictures here side by side that you can get an idea of what her foot currently looks like with the x-rays, so you can get an idea of what we're going to try to do. Again, the goal ultimately is to lengthen her metatarsal out, and then we're going to do a staged procedure subsequently to fix the joint that was originally fixed a year ago. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back after the surgery and we'll chat a little bit. Thanks. All right, so I hope you enjoyed the initial video of the surgery. It took about 45 minutes. Obviously, we had to crunch it down to fit in the actual video, or else nobody would sit there and watch the whole thing. So it went hopefully pretty much as planned. The biggest difference is I actually wanted to put a screw all the way down the canal of the bone as kind of act as a rebar to let the toe grow out properly. The biggest issue was because of the contracture of the toe, we weren't able to do it. Like I said before the surgery, we're going to have to do a subsequent stage procedure anyway to that joint, so that's something that we can fix down the line, so it's not a huge ordeal. So basically what that X-fix that you see, that kind of purplish thing, pink, whatever color it was, that's sitting on top of the foot, so she's going to leave that intact for a whole week. So she's going to come back here to see me next week, and then actually I have this handy dandy, it's a special Allen head screwdriver in essence. So what we'll do is she'll come in, we'll actually twist the X-fix, and what it's going to do is it's slowly going to stretch out that bone to lengthen it. The reason we do it a little bit at a time is because that bone's going to lay down new healthy bone cells, and what we want them to do is as it pulls, it's actually going to stretch the bone with it. And again, throughout this procedure, we're going to show you more x-rays and videos, so hopefully you can kind of see that bone lengthening and the toe getting back out to length. So she'll come in next Friday, we'll do one turn, and then she'll do 3 more turns throughout the day, and then daily she's going to do a quarter of a turn 4 times a day. And the nice thing is on here, it's kind of like a dice, they have a bunch of dots so that she knows that she's twisting it properly. But this is just the beginning. She's probably going to have this X-fix on, if I had to guess, for probably about 3 months, roughly, give or take, just depending on how the length and how she's healing in essence. So she knows it's going to be a long haul. She agreed that she was going to be compliant this time, which is more important to me, so that we can fix, the initial thing that we started over a year or so ago. All right, so stay tuned for more exciting aspects of the surgery. Thanks. All right, so this is the first week, so we're exactly 1 week out. You can see the incision looks great. The x-rays, which will pop up here, you can see the nice healthy cut through the bone, so it's exactly where we want it. So today is the first day that we're going to start lengthening it, and we talked about last video. You can kind of see here 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how we know changing or twisting it 4 times a day, lengthening it a total of 1 millimeter a day. All right, so we're going to kind of insert this here. All right, it's into the little socket, and we're going to give it 1/4 turn to 2, and that's it. So then she's going to do that. She's going to do that 3 more times today, and then she's going to continue to do that 4 times a day at 4-hour intervals. And then we'll have her back next week. We'll re-x-ray it, and we'll see how we're going. And hopefully by the end of this, her toe is going to be nice and long. All right. All right. So here we are. We're 6 weeks out for lengthening. So we're doing good. We had a little bit of a setback at first. The screwdriver actually broke, so we weren't getting good length. But you can see this little marker here is right around 15 millimeters. So what that means is she's now been extended 15 millimeters. Her bone has been lengthened 15 millimeters. So we probably have another maybe 5 to 10 millimeters left until we're at the length we want to be. You can see the pin sites look, actually they look pretty good. This is just some antibiotic ointment. This part of the incision will remain, open, closed, just because that's where we're stretching it. But overall, we're making good progress. All right, so you can see today's x-rays. All right, this was day 1. All right, you can see there's only a little bit of a void in here. That's where the bone cuts were. We go over to today. So again, just to give you the example of the distance, we got a bone cut here and a bone cut here. So all of this part from here to here is actually all new bone growth formation, which is what we want. All right, so here's another view. All right, so you can see all of this in here is new bone growth. All right, and if you look really close, it's tough to see, but there's a lot of like squiggly kind of cloudy lines in here. So that's all the new bone growth that we're actually looking for, which is really good. Again, she's about 6 weeks in, so we have maybe another week to week and a half left of turning. We'll touch base again. All right, so you can see where we were previously, and the plan is to take the X-fix off. We're about 16, 17 weeks into the initial surgery. So ideally, we take this X-fix off in the office. Usually it slides right off. Unfortunately, she did fall, so one of the pins was bent. So I was unable to get it off in the office, so we had to take her to the surgery center to take it off. So what you're going to see is a clip of unscrewing or taking the half pins out and the X-fix. There's going to have basically 4 little holes, antibiotic ointment, and a wrap on. She'll change daily. And then we'll see her in a week, check it out, and we'll throw up some x-rays so you can kind of see the difference from start to finish, lengthwise, and we'll go from there. I'll do this one too. Thank you. so you can see now that the pins are out, she's pretty much completely healed. Little spot there, so we're gonna put a little dab of Neosporin on it, and then she should be good. But overall, she healed in really quick, which is great. We got some length, so we'll show you some before and afters here in a little bit as far as how much length we got. We're gonna let the bone consolidate in a little bit more until we do her second surgery, which is gonna be something for this joint, and that'll give her the rest of the length she needs. But overall, X-Fix is finally off after 18 weeks, so it was a while, but it's finally off. So the hard part's over. Right, so we just saw her foot, we saw what it looked like after 18 weeks. So what we're gonna do now is zoom in on her x-rays. I have pre-op and 18 weeks post-op after her X-Fix was taken off. So this is before, all right, so you can see how short the bone is. You can see the sesamoid bones and the shortness of the toe. As we move over here, you can see all of this is new bone formation. These are the sesamoid bones, so you can see where they are and how that's improved from pre-op. So we got quite a bit of length, all right? The angulation I'm fine with because ultimately the toe is going to be straight. All of this is all new bone formation, so we got the length that we wanted, and that's going to continue to harden up and whiten up like these other pictures down the line. So you may be wondering about the joint. Down the line, we're going to give her a couple more probably months of healing and seeing how she does. We are going to address this joint at some point. So the options are an implant or a fusion. So we will get another probably centimeter worth of length once we address this joint, whether it's with an implant or a bone graft to lengthen it. So really by the time this is all said and done, the toe will be the same length as her second toe, all right? So again, you can see that she's got, I think we figured about 15 to 20 millimeters of new bone growth. So all of this is new bone growth. So basically we lengthened her bone to get it to the length we want. Typically we want the first metatarsal to be the same length as the third. So it's pretty close to that. And again, once we put that graft in there or an implant, it's gonna be right where we want it to be. So overall, she's doing good. She has no pain at all with it. She feels great. So she should be all set. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's, again, been recorded over 18 weeks. So it's been a long process. She's doing great. She actually has no pain. She's currently off her foot still for another couple weeks until we get her start walking again in a boot. Again, this is a staged procedure, so be on the lookout for another video down the line when we actually address the joint itself. The most important thing at this time was to get her out to length, which clearly is what we did. Okay, so she's pretty pumped, pretty happy with how her foot looks at this point. So, as always, thank you for watching our videos. Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Healthy Feet Podiatry. You can follow me at Dr.Todd4 as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's different, it's new, nothing that we have on our channel up until this point. So if you have a short toe, you do know that it can be lengthened now. So hopefully you learned something from it. All right, thanks guys, bye.